Welcome to episode 2 of Concise Game Reviews. I'm your host, Rallycar Delta, and today's subject matter is Elden Ring, developed by FromSoftware. Elden Ring is available on PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 devices. Please take note that my review is based on the PC version of the game, purchased through Steam. Now, on with the review. Firmly falling into the category of action-adventure RPG, the game employs several mechanical elements from previous FromSoftware titles, while at the same time expanding significantly on the formula. Anyone familiar with the Dark Souls series will feel right at home here, as this game is almost assuredly the spiritual successor to Dark Souls 3. As with many fantasy adventure RPG titles, you design a character, choose a starting class, and the adventure begins. But, unlike previous Dark Souls titles, Elden Ring's open-world design is more reminiscent of The Legend of Zelda or Skyrim. The player is free to explore the world and ignore the main quest for as long as they like. It should be noted the world crafted around the player is a sight to behold, with various sweeping landscapes, crumbling castles, and interesting landmarks to explore. Combat, whether that be with a sword or a spell, is the backbone of Elden Ring's gameplay. As you might expect, it's methodical and often punishing when an enemy catches the player off guard. Elden Ring tests the player at every turn. Dying and respawning is an integral part of the experience. That said, this is arguably the most approachable FromSoftware title to date, because there are so many combat options and abilities to be found. There are multiple ways to approach combat, and even as a Dark Souls novice, I was able to break the difficulty curve by utilizing the toolkit provided. The biggest problem, so to speak, is that FromSoftware has done very little to improve the interface, or quite frankly, explain how anything works. Yes, I am aware that many in the community like the fact that FromSoftware does very little to explain stats, equipment, or even how certain items function. It's generally accepted that playing Elden Ring means stumbling through the dark on certain things until you just give in and look it up online. I believe it is reasonable to state that FromSoftware could offer a bit more help in this area. It should also be noted that the Elden Ring PC client, while functional, is far from perfect. The game suffers from frame stutter and a general lack of optimization. This really shouldn't be the case in 2022, and not in a title that literally redefines its own genre. Despite the negatives, Elden Ring definitely falls into my recommended list. While the general difficulty may be a turnoff for some, I recommend it to just about anyone looking for that next grand adventure and doesn't mind dying a few times along the way. Thanks for tuning in to Concise Game Reviews. This is Rallycar Delta, signing out.